Hi, I'm Kat,
I'm Thea,
and we're the co-founders of Wildfire Women,
an event happening in Brighton on September the 9th and the 10th. Well, we actually met through a mutual friend and messaged each other and just met up for a kind of quick and casual coffee, and who knew where that would lead?
Yeah, I know that somewhere in that conversation between sips of coffee or tea or wine, we did start talking about how much we wanted to set up. I think you were talking about an online event, and I was also talking about how I'd started a meetup group and how I was loving this idea of collaboration. And you'd always wanted to...
I had an idea to do a live event some years ago, but I just thought this is just such an epic task. It's just such a huge thing to take on board by yourself. And probably like so many of these ideas that many wildfire women have, it can feel overwhelming to try and tackle it by yourself.
But there's a sort of magic that happens when two minds get together, two or more minds get together, which is the case for Wildfire Women, and things just gather momentum. And that's how it's felt. Even though individually, I don't think either of us would have known how to go about setting up an event. It just seems to be happening.
It's like
So the thing that I think makes Wildfire Women a special conference is that when you go to these other ones, at least in my experience, you can be left feeling a little bit overwhelmed. You know, It's that feeling that all of these amazing speakers get on stage and tell you about what they've achieved, and you walk away and you're like, I am nowhere near what they're doing, and I don't know how to go about getting there. And just kind of feel a little bit deflated at the end.
So I know both of us are really excited that Wildfire Women is going to be about collaboration over competition, and whilst you'll be hearing from some amazing speakers who are going to be sharing the things that have really worked for them, they're also going to be sharing their truths, you know, their highs and the lows and the gritty stuff and the stuff that makes them sometimes not want to get up in the morning, but how they get through that and still get to do what they're doing, which they're so passionate and excited about.
And something else that I've really wanted to make sure that we created was a kind of space before and afterwards. So creating a community of wildfire women. That's something I think a lot of, conferences, you go there, you might talk to some people, and I'm a total introvert, so I find that a little bit difficult, especially when it's a big event. But we've created an online community. It's a Facebook group, and we're already gathering this community, and people are talking, and hopefully we'll kind of keep that up after the event.
I'm a massive believer in learning from each other, because so many of us work in this field as maybe coaches or authors or speakers, but I think one person has all of the answers. I think we've got just bags of stuff to learn from each other. A wildfire woman is me, it's Kat, it's so many of our friends, it's our coaching clients, it's so many women that you probably know, and I imagine it's you. For me, it's the women that I just get on with and love so much, who are a combination of so many things, often highly creative, have a strong sense of purpose, but may have had obstacles on the way to putting that purpose out in the world. Most women that I know have that kind of grit in the oyster in their lives, the thing that's really motivated them and inspired them to push beyond their humdrum life. You may have your own business, you may have a job, but that sense of drive and purpose and desire to connect with other like-minded women is the thing that I think is so amazing about Wildfire Women.
So the issues a wildfire woman might have, especially when it is finding her calling or pursuing her passions, is firstly overwhelm. This idea that we've got all of these different paths that we could take, but we don't know which to choose. There are other issues like when you are on one of these paths and things aren't working, and you can feel pretty lonely at times. I know that that's something I've experienced. I think Thea, you've experienced that.
Yeah. Well, I think one of them for me is around confidence. And isn't it crazy that I know we both have issues around confidence and public speaking, or have had those issues, and that we've created a live event, you embrace what you're slightly scared of. But my story is that I was a very, very shy child. I used to literally mark what I said out of 10 when I was a teenager, and quite often what I said I thought only deserved a 2. So it took me a lot of years to feel like I could be visible. It was safe to be visible in the world. And I went through a long journey which involved also training in improvised comedy, which I thought would be the last thing that I would ever do to help me speak and express my voice. And I think this is a big thing for wildfire women and for women generally in the world, finding our place and a way that really suits us to be visible and to be heard.
And part of my story is pretty similar. I actually quit my job, which was based in an open plan office space, and I didn't know why. I just felt at the time very angry, upset, and just a bit miserable, even though I had this ideally dream job for me. And then a friend pointed out that I'm an introvert. So this basically means that I get my energy from being alone. And again, this is kind of weird that I'm doing a big event, but again, I think it's more important than that. It's something that I believe that much in. But the way that my introversion has kind of like shaped my path is that I see so many other, I call them creative introverts, but all kinds of introverts in all kinds of careers who do find things hard, and they do need to know a little bit more about what it means to be them and how they can shape their lives around that. And that's, I think, what I really want to be talking about and spreading to other wildfire women, is the fact that we can pick lives that are suited to us. So some of the things that we're going to be talking about at Wildfire Women are the reality of chasing your ambitions and pursuing your dream career, some practical tips about actually getting that stuff done and really making the most out of your resources and community. We're also going to be talking about the fears that come up and the issues around confidence and comparison and perfectionism, all that good stuff.
We've got some amazing speakers lined up. So we've got authors, we've got Hollywood actress, we've got a BBC director and producer, we've got coaches, we've got someone teaching you how to speak on the stage, we've got creative entrepreneurs, we've got artists, and we've got live performances. And guess what else we have as well? We actually have one cheeky wildfire man.
So to find out more and attend Wildfire Women, just go to wildfirewomen.co.uk. You can buy tickets there, and you can join our online community on Facebook there too.
Please come along. It's going to be such a fun, inspiring and exciting event. We can't wait to see you. Take care. Bye.
See you in September.